Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jack Chang here, and today we're going to do yet another property review. It is D'iVo along Old Klang Road. Yes, I hope you heard me because it's actually quite noisy. This is the ever busy Old Klang Road. Very busy, look at that. Yeah. And where are we? So we are essentially opposite Pearl Surya, or if Pearl Surya is rather a new landmark, right? Then there's Pearl Shopping Centre. Yeah, of course, Pearl Hotel, which has been around for really long. I think it's more than 20-30 years, Pearl Hotel. Okay? Nevertheless, yes, D'iVo. This is a project by Exim. Yeah, not the Z series, but the D series. Yeah, and this plot of land basically used to be the old bus depot for Rapid KL. Essentially, the owner of this land is basically Prasarana Malaysia. So it's in a way you can say it's a joint venture development between Prasarana and also Exim. Yeah, and beside you got this restaurant Chong Heng. This has been around also for very long already, more than 10 years if I'm not mistaken. I used to frequent this. And of course beside it you got all your very old shop lots. Public Bank is there. Again, very old establishment. And to this side you have Roselle. So Roselle's also been there for quite long, from what I remember, more than 10 years already. Okay, going back to this, you can see there are actually two towers back and front. So you can see one here, this is Tower A, but yes, two towers, 39 stories, so it's quite high up. Yeah, and you have sky facilities right at the top there. And of course, as usual, facilities on level 8. Bottom 7 stories is for car park, and you have a total of 608 units. Yeah, sitting on 2.6 acres of leasehold land. So the total of 3 layouts. The smallest is type A1, A2. That's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And the largest is type C, 4+1 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Yeah, 1,083 square feet. So here, very nice landscaping, you know, to cushion it. So it's a very gradual introduction to D'iVo. At the bottom here, you got a couple of shop lots. Yeah. So besides this entrance here, this is the main entrance. You got 2 in, 2 out. You also have a side entrance there, all the way from the side, but that is only for residents. Yeah, you can't go in for visitors. Okay, this lane here actually go all the way straight, and you can enter from the side. Yeah. So yes, let's walk in, let's head. So here's obviously open, you don't need to tag, and because again you got commercial lots here, right? So all this parking, I believe, are for the commercial lot visitors. There are a number of them here, and also right in front, the shop lots. Total of 3 shop lots. And yeah, basically that's the guard post. Let's head in. Okay, we have gotten through the guard post. So as mentioned, 2 out, 2 in, 1. This is for visitors, obviously. And okay, just started VP within this month itself, early July. So we're very early. By the time you watch this, right, this will be like mid or in July. So this is the management office. Management office is on the ground floor. Defect office also on the ground floor, supposed to be for kindergarten. And you have a total of 9 bays here, yeah, charging bays. So it's well prepared for the future. 9 of it, okay? All the car parks that you see here are for visitors on the ground floor, and tenants park or owners, you know, is between 1 to 7. So there's the other end. That is for Block B, Tower B, and this is Tower A. So stepping in, look at that. I've always liked the way Exim execute. Exim's execution, right, and what you see in the brochure is very similar, very spittingly similar, to be honest. Yeah, you have a good sense in terms of execution, where they really, you know, you can take it, you can copy paste. It literally is what you see in the brochures. Very nice, unique bus stand here. And this is a very unique type of thing that we usually don't see inside a typical lounge waiting area, right? This type of high tabletop. Yeah, mailroom. Mailroom is very normal. They don't have a parcel room though, so that's a bit of a pity. Yeah, look at that. And the other thing which I quite like, so this basically is a door. You exit, you basically can lead towards the common area, which is just behind the commercial shop lots. And this washroom, look at how they execute. Nice. So this is very different in terms of the wall, in terms of the lighting, yeah, compared to your bathrooms that you will find on the facilities floor. Okay. Nevertheless, yes, let's head in. Okay. So the first unit that we're going to check out, that's the, I think it's a type B. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wait, I missed some detail. So I see a HIK Vision intercom. I'm not quite sure if it leads to the unit or it can be just an instant facial recognition, and hence you don't need to type. Okay, residents or owners, do let me know. Yeah, you can advise me. Okay, let's head up. Let's go. Stepping up the lift, we are on the 17th floor. Look at that. Very, very nice. Yeah, with the soft lighting here, trough lighting at the top, and yeah, look at that, right? Okay, so here, this side, got some natural light coming in. Yeah, and look at the profile of the building. You know, from outside, it's very nice. The way you have curved it, right? This profile, so it's rounded. Yeah. Very, very simple, clean, nice. So a total of 3 lifts, excluding one lift bomba. Yeah, so this is the lift bomba. It's double-sided, so in a way you got 4 lifts, and then this design continues on to this, even this walkway, right? Look at that. Yeah. Nice. And look at the ceiling. Yeah. So got a total of 10 units. Walkway is 6 feet. This leads towards your service lift lobby. Okay. And your refuse room is there. It's a very normal refuse room, really nothing to shout about. Yeah. Okay, let's review the unit. Okay, this is the unit that we're going to review. This is essentially a Type B2, comes with a balcony, and the build-up is 1,081 square feet, 4 + 1 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So very, very sizable in terms of the number of rooms. They've managed to squeeze 4 rooms inside this unit, and even comes with a decent landing area here for the foyer. So here, okay, let's talk about this grill first. I like this grill. You can feel it's decently nice, the build. Yeah, decently solid. With this mosaic type of design. This mosaic type of design, right? If you look at the layout, the facade, it has that mimic of that, mosaic compartmentalized design, right? And opening the grill, this is area for your shoe cabinet. The DB is here, interestingly. So your shoe cabinet, essentially you can't do all the way to the top, or rather you can do all the way to the top, but obviously the top part here, the depth will not be the full depth compared to having it inside. What's the pros and cons? Of course, you do it outside. Inside looks better, but you sacrifice shoe space here. More importantly, if you want to do it outside, you certainly need a grill. You have good that they give this grill here, because without this grill, right, obviously it's easy to sabotage, just to switch off, people who are mischievous. Okay. Is this long enough? Yes, it's long enough. So you can actually ring the doorbell, put your hands through, and stepping in. Look at that. So very, very nice. Big, spacious, all white. That's the standard. This is off-white, by the way. It's not pure white, I think. So all this is provided, the kitchen cabinets. Yeah, you've got an island here. This is the kit that they provide. All the keys, access card is inside here. Yeah. Mindful living, look at that. And it's for the lift, very obvious, right? What else? I like the defect stickers. So the defect stickers, they actually number it. Yeah, so it's very obvious, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, you can be very, very specific when you submit your defects, right? Which this number to this number, what are the defects, where's the area? You got a handbook here. Inside you got some documents, yeah. You even have FreshTel. So FreshTel is basically the internet service provider from by Exim. Actually, it's a sort of their subsidiary in a way. Yeah. Zero. Wow. Okay. This is interesting to note. Anyway, handbook is here. Aircon remote control. I will not go too much into this. Electrolux fridge. Nice cabinets. Yeah, with soft close. I think that's really the standard nowadays. Doesn't cost much too. Oh, interesting. So it's they don't have the base. Yeah. Pros and cons. Well, it is what it is. So the better ones, right? What they do is actually, if you do yourself, they actually raised it up. Yeah, and then the bottom is just basically it's just a cover only. So in a way, at the bottom here, right, they raised it up. You got legs essentially. The whole thing is raised up. And if you remove this, the front plate, you can see the legs. So the pros and cons of that is, the pros is of course, you can wash. Yeah, you can wash the floor. This one, if you wash, it gets wet, soaked, you know, you'll be damaged, but you won't often, or you probably never ever wash, right? The sink. This is the very nice hood and hob. It's also provided. Yeah. I'm not sure which brand is this. Okay, so this is the exhaust type. So basically it sucks it out. I would like to assume they actually put it all the way there and throw it out. And of course, having this exhaust type is better than charcoal filter. Charcoal filter, it throws back the air inside. It's not that good. You always get some fumes. Yeah. Okay, so yes, you can see the vent there, right? So basically that would be throw out the air from the exhaust. Yeah, and that is my guess. This is your aircon latch. You got one aircon so far. So you can put your washing machine dryer. This is very standard. I like this part here, which we'll talk about. So behind this is actually a room. Yeah, and you actually don't have the windows coming up. Some layout, right? The window is here. It looks inside this part, and when you look in, obviously it's not so nice, right? I mean, as in you can look into the room from the, yeah, well, this one looks out, so it has more privacy. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. So they even have a microwave. Nice. Built in nicely. Yeah. Nice. Some storage here. It's a dining area. Your wall plugs, wall plates is by Schneider Electric. Fiber termination point. Mitsubishi Electric. How many horsepower is this? Okay, but I've taught you how to read that, so I'm not going to go through. This is with the balcony. So they are, for each type, right? A1, A, B, C, A being the smallest and C being the biggest. For all this, there are actually two variants. with and without balcony. So this is with balcony. Without balcony, same build up, they will go until here. They will have wall and of course your windows, and then here you will have a door towards your aircon compressor. So that's the difference. For those people who like to get and step out in the sun, then yes, this is perfect. Okay, that is Miller Square, Old Klang Road, and down here is basically the Roselle showroom. So I think this will stay for quite some time. This is their own land, if I'm not mistaken, Roselle. So at least the foreseeable future, this will be low rise. Yeah. And towards there, behind is actually NPE, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, with the toll there. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. This is that a toll? It should be. Yeah. Okay, TM Tower, that direction basically is towards our gardens. So quite decent balcony for you to step out. Not enough to put a table and chair. Or maybe you can squeeze those small ones, those two-seater table and chair, right? Going in, 4 rooms, 4+1. Okay, so this is the smallest room, the one at the back. This is the only room which doesn't look out. It looks in for the window, but it is still decent, like I said, because this looks in this direction. Yeah, single window panel. It doesn't look to the yard. But of course, you still got your traffic, from your walkway, people walking, so you likely put a blind or at least a translucent film. Aircon piping is provided, and you got a fan hook. And all these rooms are much nicer because it faces out. It has much bigger windows also. Yeah. Again, aircon piping is provided. So only 2 aircons provided for the living and also the master. This much nicer, much bigger window panels. Nice, much bigger space, but of course they need to break it down. 2 open, 2 panels that can open up. Yeah. This is the +1. So this +1, you can't, it's not a bedroom, right? Usually when we talk about +1, it's either a sizable space, to study, or even it's a maid's bathroom, they put it as a +1. But this +1, I don't think so you can study. I don't think so you can convert it into an entertainment area, anything of the sort. It's really more of a storeroom, I feel. Yeah. But at the same time, I think you want to keep it clean, right? You don't want to keep it exposed. So what you can do essentially is maybe just do a simple folding or sliding door. Match it with the same theme, white color, and you will really hide it away. It's not too expensive, this type of size, this type of door. Okay? There is a light, so really just a storeroom. There's no other power point, no power wall socket. Really small. Yeah. And this is the bathroom. This is by Verve. Water heater. Water heater is above, so it's a tank storage type. Yeah, it's provided. Also by Verve. Decent, nice tiles, I would say. And with this mirror also provided. And this is the master bedroom. With the aircon. Same size compared to the other room. Very squarish shape. And your bathroom. This bathroom looks, is it bigger? Well, pretty much the same type of finishing. You got your mirror again, the Verve sink, the water closet. Of course, you have water heater above. Yeah. Okay, so yes, that's it. Let's see if we can squeeze in another layout, a review of another layout. But if you're interested to buy, rent, sell, reach out to Kelvin. He is not just an agent, he's also an owner. This is actually his unit here. Yeah. So Kelvin as an agent is also an owner. Hence, he has easy access, in short, and he has vested interest in this place. So if you're interested, again, reach out to Kelvin. His contact is below in the description. Now let's see if we can check out another unit for a review. Let's go. Okay, one more unit to review. This is a quick walkthrough. This is type C1. So this is marginally bigger at 1,083 square feet, 2 square feet more. Again, I'll just say it's the same. 4+1 bedrooms too, and also 2 bathrooms. But this is a bare unit, yeah, so there's no furnishing at all, no kitchen cabinet, no air cons. So very similar to the other unit, you have here, your DB is here outside. Grill is provided, which I think they should, given that, the DB is here. And stepping in. So here is empty now, you can see. This is how it is. They've done coring for you already. So you can easily install your hood and hob, and you can easily do the ducting out. So coring is basically the process to basically drill this hole. It's not easy, yeah, a hole that size, and the process is called coring. Yeah, so it basically leads out. Okay, it's locked. Basically comes out above here, and here you have your vent. Yeah, so this looks out, yeah, much nicer in a way. This is a corner unit after all. Very, very bright because of it being facing out. So very, very different layout. This type C, your bedroom is here. So this essentially now is your master bedroom. So this is a dumbbell type of unit where you have your living area in the middle of the unit and your dining. Yeah, and then left and right you have units. So your master bedroom is here, and your 3 other rooms is in this direction here. This is your master. Yeah. So this is much more interesting, bigger I would say. And then here you can do your wardrobe. You can do an L-shaped wardrobe if you want. This is your bathroom. This, in my opinion, has a much nicer view, which I prefer. So this also looks much bigger. This whole space here. Or maybe because the kitchen is not here, but I think width-wise, your living room. And this is the balcony and the view looking towards Pantai Sentral Park. Yeah. Look at that. Nice. Yeah. Huge lung, right? Basically. And this Pantai Sentral Park is essentially Bukit Gasing. Yeah. Klang River at the bottom. And this is the NP highway. Yeah, and all these are low-rise land, and this will not move anytime soon. That I'm pretty sure, with all these individual plots. Yeah, so this will be low-rise constantly. You got a green lung here, and you got a river here. This river, Klang River, for the longest of time, they always wanted to do beautification process, but I'm not sure how successful is it. This part here doesn't seem to have much works ongoing, yeah, as opposed to the other sections of the river, all the way from Masjid Jame, you know, again, and it goes all the way down to Klang. Yeah. So this, let me see which direction. This side here should be heading towards Bangsa, okay, and this one is towards Sunway area. That's a nice view, nice view. Although there's a lot of cars, you know, you don't see. I find this quite noise perfectly nice and acceptable. Yeah. So this part here, you have your room. This room is very similar, and again it looks out to the yard area. So again, you have some privacy, and of course there's no walkway. So this is perfectly private in a way. You can always keep it open for natural light to come in. This one's also very similar. You got this window panel, but it's only half because here you got your aircon latch from outside. This room likewise also is very similar, you know, compared to the other type B. This window panel here is different. So here there's no more path to your master bedroom, and this is your plus one now. Yeah. So again, this plus one is not really a plus one, in my opinion, as you can't use it for study or sleeping area. Yeah, storage, I guess. Any other better ideas what this can be, let me know. And this is your shared bathroom. Okay. Okay, so yes, that's it for this review for this place here. If you are interested in getting a unit here at D'iVo, do reach out to agent owner Kelvin. His name is his contacts is below in the description. Now let's check out the facilities. Let's go. Okay, stepping out of the lift, we start our facilities tour on level 39. This is essentially the rooftop. Yes, stepping out. So just repeat again, so pardon all this stuff. Still minor touch-up works in progress. Yeah. So you got your garden here. Lots of very usable plants. Black pepper, I saw. Okay, I'm not sure what's this, sweet prayer, but this is chili padi. Not the best of shape, but a lot of usable plants, lemongrass, chili padi, black pepper, you have Thai basil, and of course this is your BBQ area. A lot, and it's covered, and you have fan also, yeah. So you can easily sit 8. That's another 8, and on top of that you got another 2 tables there. So you can sit a total of 30 plus packs here. Very, very usable because it's covered. It has fan, it has lighting, yeah. And of course, it has superb view. Look at that. Very, very nice. There are 2 pits, by the way. So I'm guessing they're going to separate it. Usually that's how they do it, right? Halal and non-halal. Liberty, one of the top brands, yeah, when it comes to this Chef Pro. Okay. All this, by the way, usually what they do is they can collapse it. Yeah, you can expand it when you need to use, and if you don't want, you can usually collapse it to be smaller. Yeah. Pandan. Okay, a lot of other plants which I'm not going to go through. Of course, you have your washrooms here. 3 washrooms, male, female, and the disabled. Yeah. That is usually the bell, right, for emergency, you know, for disabled. They can always pull and ring it if they need assistance. All this, yeah, real grass. Nice. So both the towers are not connected, A and B, but similar layout, similar facilities. You also have your BBQ pit there, and you have this outdoor exercise gym. Yeah. Okay, that's it for this floor. Let's head down to the main facilities floor on level 8. Let's go. Okay, stepping out from the lift, we are on level 8, the main facilities floor. This is block B, by the way. So for block B, you have some units here also, yeah. But for block A, there are no units on level 8. It's all just facilities. Underneath that block, yeah, level 8 is cleared out. So yes, we essentially walk towards block A. So that's where all the facilities are. Very, very nice. I like this. Yeah, the vibe that you get. And you actually have so you have garden speakers, TOA. Yeah, can you hear the music? Sorry, actually I have to go nearer, not a camera, because stupid me. I was putting the camera nearer, right? But I realized the microphone is actually on my shirt. But yeah, that is TOA, garden speakers. They've actually deployed it for a few of the projects. I can't recall which one. This is very soft, unfortunately, you don't get a vibe, right? But if you put the right music, this music's okay, not the best, not the worst. But if you put nice, you know, rain tree, music festival type of forest, it'll be superb. And they don't just deploy one, they actually deploy multiple speakers. So when you walk around this area, you notice like this is another speaker here. Yeah, can you hear? Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear, it's a bit soft, but yes, very, very nice. Yeah, the music, and you just get a surround sound as you walk through this greenery path, right? Absolutely stunning. This is the half-court basketball court. You got okay, I'm not sure why I can't tag in. But yes, half court with flashlights at the side there. So you can play during the night. Yeah. Kids playground. Okay, let's walk this direction here. So very, very nice. Again, we're very early in the day. It's only 9 something. That's why you don't have people yet. Otherwise, 10 o'clock is when they start the key handover process. We are beside the multi-purpose hall, by the way. This will be used for VP. It also houses your badminton court, 2 badminton courts. But yes, we're gonna enter. I'll give you a glimpse from outside. A lot of plants. So here, the front, this one is the one that faces Old Klang Road, yeah, and opposite basically is Pearl International Hotel, Pearl Surya. Yeah, this is the small kids wading pool. Again, I like how they have, this is deeper than usual, I think. I think the standard is always 0.30 meters, yeah, 1 feet. I think, I could be wrong. And then a normal one is usually 1.2. So this looks slightly deeper, 0.45, very, very nice shape. It is somewhat in a way connected, yeah, to the main pool, but there's a gate there for security reasons. Yeah. Okay. Changing room. Very, very normal. Yeah. Nothing spectacular. I feel this, okay, I could be wrong, but in their projects, right, so this is not the Z series, this is the D series. Yeah, you can see 1.2 meters. And the D series looks a step slightly lower than the Z series. It feels like, yeah, I can't be for sure, but the general feel is that D compared to the Z is just a rank lower. but nevertheless very, very nice. You still get that whole DNA from Exim, yeah, in terms of their design language, in terms of the style. Very, very cheerful, very, very close to nature. You know, they spend a lot of money. You know, that's the impression that you get, you know, when going through all these projects. Yeah. Okay, so we check out the gym. Look at the gym. Unmistakably Exim, yeah. The music. Okay, I'm not familiar with this brand. What brand is this? Antenna, is it? Otherwise, very, very nice. Again, typical Exim quality. You immediately get that exercise. I want to exercise. I want to be fit type of vibe right when you step in. Yeah. And then, yeah, you pull up all your blinds, right? You get that. And now it's hot. Yeah, so you should be down. Otherwise, during the night, nice night view. Typical Exim execution. So this is the bottom of Block A. Instead of all your units, this is the lift lobby. Both sides you step out, obviously there's no units. Unlike B, this is also the gym. And this is the multi-purpose hall. So you can see 2 badminton courts and then all the tables and chairs because VP currently is in progress. Okay. This is the entertainment lounge. So for now, it's not locked. You got electronic darts, you got ping pong table. I think this ping pong table, from what I understand, will be moved. You have pool, you have a karaoke set. Kitchenette area. Yeah. Obviously, this will be foreign. This is a badminton net equipment, but because they are using the badminton hall or the multi-purpose hall, hence it's placed here. Chill out. Very, very nice vibe. Look at that. So there are not one, but there are actually 2 of this. Yeah. It's another one. Very similar in terms of facilities. I said we don't have a TV here. And this also doesn't have that. Something's missing. Let me see, what is it? You have your pool, you have your foosball. Okay, it's too quick. Didn't notice. Yeah, another very, very nice. Prayers room. Okay, the last stuff that I would like to always check out is to give a glimpse of the prayers room. Yeah, is it good? Decent. Tempat wudu is here, and then of course open area and some natural light coming in. Yeah. Okay, so yes, that's about it. That's the review of this particular property here along Old Klang Road, D'iVo Residence by Exim. If you're interested to get a property here, do reach out to Kelvin. He is not just an agent, he also is an owner. The first unit that I reviewed, that unit is for rent, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's going to want to rent it out. So you can reach out to Kelvin, or if you're an owner, you need help to buy, rent, always reach out to Kelvin, because he, as an internal person, as an owner, he has your best interest in mind, okay? Let me know what you think about this property. Typical Exim property, and location, you can never go wrong. Old Klang Road, super nice, super busy. Last but not least, smash the like button. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.